All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elder high priests, who are the teachers of our apostles, as well as our apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect of Israel. All right, this is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And I'm going to go into sincerity. Okay? Now, there's a lot of brothers open up their videos and they'll say, peace and blessings to the Akim that are doing this work and truth and sincerity. Something to that effect, which is scriptural. There's scriptures that tell us, that we're supposed to be sincere in this faith. We're supposed to be about truth. So I want to get into this, going to the word sincerity, which obviously it stems from the word sincere. So it's saying the same thing, sincerity, and then hit some scriptures, and Lord willing, we get some edification out of this. And this would be mainly for the newer brothers coming in, or the newer brothers that are a part of the camps. But ultimately it's for all of us. So let's get into it. Sincerity, off of the Etymology Online Dictionary, says early 15th century. It says sincerite. It says honesty, genuineness. From Old French, sincerity. Modern French, sincerité. And directly from Latin, sinceritum. It says purity, soundness, wholeness. From sincerus, whole, clean, uninjured, figuratively sound, genuine, pure, true, candid, truthful. I want to look at this word candid. I've heard this word. I'm not I don't know the definition of that word. So it says truthful, straightforward, frank. Check that out. Learned a new word. I've heard it plenty of times. I just never looked this word up. Okay. I'll leave it up if it'll stay up right there. Truthful and straightforward, frank. Okay. And in a sense, this is something that just can't be taught. You either in a sincere soul or spirit, or you're not. As we looked at the definition of this word, and then when we go into these verses, I got about 3 of them. When you look the word up in the Greek, or what's the Greek word for the word sincerity, it's gonna basically say the same thing. It's the same. You're gonna get the same definition that I'm giving, or that I'm bringing out. I'm sorry, in the Etymology Online Dictionary. All right, you come into this thing, you sincere. We're supposed to be sincere, meaning we're supposed to be what? Honest. We're supposed to be. Let's go back to that word, candid. I don't want to do that. Okay, cool. Truthful, straightforward. Just being straightforward, and pure. Not about our own agenda, not about, you know, trying to be a part of something for whatever reason, but you're not really um, in this thing for truth's sake. It's like a phase, a brother, or not. I won't say a brother, but men that were once brothers and then were found out to be not right in the spirit. They wasn't sincere. Okay, we've seen examples of men that just wasn't sincere in this thing, and they fell out. So sincerity will take you a long way in this truth, as well as being humble. You that's something I believe too. Like being humble. You know, I mean, like you can kind of teach that, but it got to be in you to be a humble spirit. Now you can fake. You got guys that are that put on these fronts. Of being humble, of being sincere, but they really on about their own agenda. You know. Now, I will say this: if how according to the scripture, Psalm 51, and I believe 7, the or 11. If the Most High take His spirit off of you, then of course all that will go away. The sincerity and the humbleness that can leave. Okay, but if a brother is just not sincere, you can't do these different lessons and work on a man to make him sincere. So let's get into some of these verses, or like I said, I believe 3. And if you look up sincerity, it's in the scriptures multiple times. I forget how many times. And even the word sincere, it's in the scriptures multiple times. And I actually want to start with, in the book of Joshua, the famous, this scripture right here leads into that famous scripture. A lot of people have this scripture, know the scripture, or have it posted up in front of their house or by their door. And I'll read that one as well. But it says, "We will serve the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai." Hosea, not Hosea, not Hosea, Joshua 24:14. It says, "Now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and serve Him in sincerity and in truth." Okay? It says, "Put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai." And that goes for us in this time. Okay? Because before we came into this truth, we were going off. We were serving the gods of the spiritual Egypt. Okay? Babylon the Great being spiritually called Egypt, according to Revelation 11:8. Or is it? Yeah, Revelation 11:8. Make sure. Yes. Okay. So now when we come into this faith, we can't bring the old man, because the old man was into the ways of this world, which you don't this world is not about being sincere. Okay? This world will corrupt you. You try to maintain your even us brothers, we for the most part, we're honest men, and what's the other words? Sound or true about, telling the truth. This world can corrupt you, and not having this truth, in a sense, you're not being, you know, we were sincere. We may have been sincere, but we were sincerely off. You know what I mean? Meaning we didn't have sincerity. Will take you a long way if you have this truth, because you have sincere people in the world, but they don't have the truth. You see? So it says, now therefore fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and serve him and serve him in sincerity, not just sincerity, and in truth. Okay? So we have to serve him in sincerity and in truth. Now let's go to another scripture. Go over here to the book of Titus. Let's go to Titus chapter 2, verse 6. It says, young men, likewise, exhort to be sober-minded. Sober-minded is not talking about not drinking alcohol or wine. It's talking about what, as the scriptures say, not being tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. Sticking to the doctrine that we were taught. Okay? It says, in all things showing a pattern of good works. Right, like we go out, we do the street speaking, we do our lessons, and it don't just stop there, okay? But we should have a basically like a you know what? Let me look at this word pattern real quick before I continue. Excuse me.
Strong's G 5179, tupos. Tupos.
It says the mark of a stroke or blow print, a figure formed by a blow or imprint of a figure or image. It says image of the image of the gods, which is true, because if you go to Genesis, the first chapter, where Yahweh Shai and the angels said, let us make man, let us make man in our image. Okay? Through what? Through giving us laws, order, or giving us order through laws, statutes, and commandments. So that's another thing. We have to sincerely keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. And that's also supposed to be a show of a part of the show of our faith. It says form. It says the teaching which embodies the sum and substance of religion and represents it to the mind, manner, writing, the contents and form of the letter. Right, so we're supposed to walk according to what we're teaching. A pattern of good works. So basically, we're supposed to have a stigma when we talked about that our images is according to the scriptures. We're doing the things that the scriptures tell us to do. It says an example, in the technical sense, the pattern and conformity to which a thing must be made. In an ethical sense, a dissuasive example, a pattern or warning of men worthy of imitation. You see? Right, because we supposed to be, especially in the case of a young man, is supposed to look at the example of a sincere man, okay, in his truth, or a man that has a pattern of good works and imitate that. It says in a doctrinal sense of a type, i.e., a person or thing prefiguring a future. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the scripture. It says, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works. Yeah, that we really, we got a system set up that we're following. Okay, that can be seen, and really by the members in the ministry, especially in our particular camps that we're in, because we can, see what's going on more so because we all in the same camp, whatever camp you're in, or whatever church you're in. All right, it says in doctrine. So look, it says show thyself a pattern of good works, and it's going to tell you. It says in doctrine, showing uncorruptness, and all these words are synonymous with each other that that are gonna be listed off here. Gravity, sincerity. Okay, gravity and sincerity. And you know what? I didn't read. I'm thinking about it, and I didn't read the next verse that came after. Let me go back real quick. Excuse me. I don't mean to be all over the place. What's we at? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna go back to it. I don't like doing that. I was over in the book of Joshua 24 and 14. I wanted to read the 15th verse as well, because that's the commonly known scripture, even among some of those wacky tacky Christians, so-called Christians. Okay, but that's okay. Let me stay on track where I'm at. I don't have to read that. All right. Now, if you're not sincere, you can only pretend to show a pattern of good works for so long. You're gonna fizz out. An individual will fizz out, fall off. Okay. If you're not really sincere, you can only fake sincerity. All right. That you're sincere, and you can show that through a pattern of good works. All right. Eventually, the Spirit is gonna find you out if you're not sincere, or if we're not sincere. Okay. And I'm gonna end this lesson over here in 2 Corinthians. The 2 Corinthians 2 and 17, it says, "For we are not as many which corrupt the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, okay, but as of sincerity." Because you have men that corrupt the doctrine, okay, because they're not sincere. So that's a telltale sign of a man that's not sincere. Okay, talking about men that were once on this doctrine. Okay, because I believe that you have individuals in the, or we believe, should I say, excuse me, that there's individuals in these other camps that are actually sincere. They just you know, they just on the wrong doctrine at the moment, but they sincerely believe in this, in the truth. So I'm referring to men that are teaching the same doctrine, the doctrine that we teach over here at Great Millstone. Okay, which that's the one and only true doctrine. I didn't say Great Millstone was the truth. I said the doctrine that's being taught is the truth. Okay, and then they start to corrupt the word, start going off. Then them men was never really sincere. Man had their own agenda, or you know, the most high take the spirit off of certain men. Or you got some men that come in from the jump and they just not sincere, but they faking. Okay, it says, for we are not as many which corrupt the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but as of sincerity, but as of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh in the sight. Let me read that again. But as of God in the sight of God, or Yahweh, speak we in my Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Okay, and I'm gonna end the video right there. You know, this was like I say, a video more so for the young brothers coming in or that are in the camps. You can't really teach sincerity. You can't make a brother sincere. If he's not sincere, he's just not sincere. You know. So with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying, and to the next one I say shalom.